Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Get your hind parts over to jerichogreen.net. $3.99 monthly sub. And I got all my videos archived over there, and I post my videos to my website first and then YouTube. So, what is our leadership? Leadership, man, that word tastes disgusting nowadays. What are they doing about Afghanistan? What are they doing during Afghanistan? Meaning, what are they doing while this is going on? Are they treating this like the priority that it is? Have they forgotten about the 10,000 plus American citizens still over there? Well, the answer is not much. So, number one, we should have never gone into Afghanistan as a military force. We should not have put that many boots on the ground. Shout out to my brother. We were talking yesterday or the day before yesterday about this, and my brother it's about an hour-long video. Once I get it from him, I'll post it on my social media platforms, where he breaks down from every angle on every level what's going on in Afghanistan. And like you may or may not have heard before, I've mentioned it, my brother was in the Army and the Air Force, active duty and National Guard. Right now he's a contractor for the government in like doing tech stuff and cybersecurity. While he was in the military and after, he's been to Afghanistan 3 times. He's been to, I've mentioned this before also, he's burned through like 3 passports. He's been all over the Persian Gulf, the Middle East, Africa, South America. He's been all over the world. So he's not just some uneducated, uncultured person spouting their bullshit opinions. It's founded and rooted in experience and education. Like I said, when I get the video, I'll let you guys know and put it up. It's an hour long, so buckle in, but it's awesome. But we shouldn't have been there with such a large military footprint in the first place, because the country of Afghanistan did not pull 9/11 on us. It was Al-Qaeda and it was Osama bin Laden, who we got 10 years ago. 10 years ago, Obama got up there and told us that they killed bin Laden. So after we got the guy, this is the guy who pulled it. This is the architect. This is the mastermind. We got him. SEAL team went in there. Tap, tap, double, triple tap for everybody. Out of there. We identified him. It's him. Throw his ass in the ocean. We got bin Laden. So why were we still there? Why was this not just a special ops mission from the beginning? Again, the entire country didn't do that. It wasn't like their military pulled that shit off. So we shouldn't have gone there. But of course, you got your Halliburtons and shit, these defense contractors, they were licking their lips, salivating at the money that they were going to make here. Damn the lives lost, the property damage, the people that were maimed and disfigured. Fuck all them. Big money to be made. That's why we went there. That was a bunch of bullshit. But here we are, 20 years later, and Biden is pervertus, ain't doing shit. He did that interview with, I don't know, one of those clowns from the mainstream mediocres, and he says, what about the people who are dying there? And Biden says, and I quote, that was 4 or 5 days ago. So Afghan people who may be watching this, it was 4 or 5 days ago. Stop crying, stop being sad about your dead loved one, and move on. It's been 4 or 5 days. So that's the dummy at the top. And while this is going on, while Afghanistan is falling apart, while China is getting stronger, because they're going to get their grubby little communist paws all over those natural resources in Afghanistan, they're going to finance the Taliban, and they're going to upkeep the aircraft so they can expand their terroristic reign. So while all this is going on, don't worry, you stupid little taxpayer. The grown-ups in Washington are going to take care of this, okay? So while this is going on, while one of our biggest terrorist enemies in the world are getting stronger by the minute, the Biden administration is welcoming back transgender students to school. I'll try to get my hands on the video that I saw and put it in the description box. Okay? They're welcoming transgender students back to school. Because that's important, guys. That is more important than anything right now, okay? More important than anything, we have to welcome back a baby-sized handful of students. If you're not welcoming all students back to school after that debacle bullshit of a school year we had last year because of COVID, shut the fuck up. If you're not welcoming back all students, shut your damn mouth. Why are you, and again, you're singling out this tiny microscopic group of students. How many school-age transgender kids are there? 2? But these are the virtue signaling points. You get the highest virtue signaling points for catering to transgender people. Apparently. And then they had that crazy ass Rachel, what is she, the head of public health or some shit? This fool looks crazy. He's a man in a wig with makeup. He looks like shit. And he's off mentally, so why are you parading this fool out in front to be some kind of representative in our government? So this fool was on the video too. As we welcome back transgender students, why don't you want that for all students? Why wouldn't you want all students to have a safe place to go and learn and form friendships with their peers? Why are you singling out transgender kids? Support all kids. Make a safe environment for all children. Not this one little tiny group of ferociously protected children that you only give a shit about until they're not useful. So don't worry, guys. The borders are falling apart. The borders have fallen apart. Afghanistan has become the new petri dish for the Taliban, where they can be nurtured and fostered to be a monster in the world once again. Speaking of the border, don't we have a border czar, meaning that is their job? They are to go to the border and further the agenda of the sitting administration. Well, she's doing that by not being there because the sitting administration does not want the border secure. That's why they're not sending their border czar to the border. How is the border czar not on the border? Somebody tell me. But while Afghanistan is going on, our border is porous. Our border czar will be hitting the campaign trail for Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom in California. That's right, people. She is bringing the gag back to the West Coast. Hey, shout out to Ash_Bone on Instagram. She drew an amazing picture of exactly what Kamala Harris looks like in my mind. It's fucking hilarious. It's on my Instagram page at JG Talk, and it's on my YouTube page under community. Hilarious. Check out her page. An amazing artist. I hope to work with her in the future. But she is returning to where she first put those heels in the air, where she became the politician who went horizontal so her career could go vertical. That's where she first backed that thing up on, at the time, married Mayor Willie Brown. She's coming back to her old stomping grounds. Where under her rule, when she was DA of San Francisco and you were a lowly little person of color, you were 19 times more likely to go to jail on a low-level drug offense under her than anybody else. But wait, Jericho. She cares about people of color. She is a person of color. She's the first female person of color vice president in American history. But somehow, when she was DA, if you were a person of color, you better watch your ass in San Francisco. How is that possible? But she's going to help Gavin Newsom fight against his impending recall. The recall election, September 14th, and he is calling what he calls, and I quote, his friend to come and help him. He also called in, the fake ass Indian, the squaw with diarrhea of the jaw, Miss 1,024th of a Native American, Elizabeth Warren. She's even out there telling people you need to not recall Gavin Newsom. Now, if you know anything about California, or even more importantly than that, if you are from California or in California, you know exactly why this fool needs to be recalled, and I don't understand who has a problem with that. Now, I can understand if people may have a problem with who's going to take his place, but I don't see how a Californian in their right mind could not vote to recall this piece of shit. Our state is too expensive, our kids are too poorly educated, and we pay way too much for everything. Not to mention, most of the time, it's on fire. When the sun eventually comes out today, it will have an orange haze over it from the smoke in the air from the Dixie fires that are still going on. And I am hours and hours away from that fire. Yet, I'll be able to walk outside with no sunglasses because there will be a layer of smoke over the sun. Thank you, Gavin. Bang your wife, Newsom. So just know, Americans, when you lay your head down on your pillow tonight and you think to yourself, is our leadership doing the best they can when it comes to Afghanistan? Is our leadership doing the best they can when it comes to securing the southern border? You can, without any kind of hesitation, you can say to yourself with 100% accuracy, hell no. They don't give a shit about any of that. Now, let me get back to my state-mandated meal period. The only good thing California's giving me. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Get your Jericho Green notification tone, link in the description box. Utilize the PayPal link, Teespring link, and JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.